Hi, Safro.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm okay. Can you start by introducing yourself to our audience?
My name is Safari Martin. I'm a 23 years old barber with over 3 years of experience, of professional experience, and I also represent the brand Safro.
Okay. You said something interesting, a professional barber. Usually that is not something we hear a lot. So can you tell us what makes you call yours a profession?
What makes me call it a profession is because it's not just something that I woke up one day and started doing. It's something that I put time into. I learned about it from the basics to, from the fundamentals of itself. Yeah, so it's something that I invested in my time, my also money to learn. Yeah, so that's what makes me call it professional.
Okay. So when you say you invested a portion of yourself, your time into becoming a professional barber, what do you mean? Can you take us through the journey?
I've always had this thing of art in me, but then it faded out because in senior 3, I never managed to go to Nyundo because like my parents wanted a doctor and like they never wanted an artist. So I went for math and physics and something like computer. Yeah, so it went on fading since I left that path of art up to when I went to Uganda in senior 5. Then I met some friends. At some point they realized that I could draw, I could do art things. So one day a friend called Bruno proposed me to do his hairline. And because it's something related to art, I started doing it very well. So it went on like that up to a point they smuggled a clipper, a machine in school. And I found myself like cutting hair pretty well because it's related to art and the art part helped me. So after school, in school I could really cut my colleagues and they started even paying. At some point I never needed even the pocket money from parents. Yeah, so after that, when I just got done with high school, because in Uganda we had holidays of 1 year, a vacation of 1 year. I had to really get something to do. So I said, why not? Why shouldn't I try with barbering? So I subscribed to some YouTube channels, some big barbers. I got some lessons and some online schools. Yeah, so I took it to another level and I started cutting hair. And actually my high school employed me as a school barber.
Whoa.
Yeah, just after that.
Interesting. Now, it's the first time I'm hearing someone associating art and barbering, and that's quite interesting. And when you say you started doing it professionally, do you have like a barber shop? Where do people find you?
Okay, currently I don't have a barber shop. I've ever had a barber shop, that was before COVID, and it was in Uganda. It was a small barber shop, but during the COVID period, I realized that this is the best way. I'm just mobile. I go to people's home and cut them from there.
So how do you get yourself in Rwanda? Maybe for context, we can go back to where do you come from?
I'm an East African. I'm a man of East Africa.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So now how do you get yourself to Rwanda?
Home is home. I got myself here because it was home. I was actually in Uganda and my passport had got expired. No, actually not expired. You know, back then they changed. They gave us new passports.
Yes.
So I needed to come and get the new passport. But when I came this side, I found business can work better this side.
So Rwandans, they are open to the idea of having a mobile barber coming to their home and doing their hair from there?
Most of them have not yet digested the idea, but on my side it was a bit easy because it was home. I started with people I knew from childhood. They gave me shout outs and actually a guy called Manzi really helped me. He was the first client, and after him posting me on his story, it was a boom. Right. I got calls from there and I decided to stay.
Okay. So how much do you cut someone's hair for?
A regular haircut is just 15K. Yeah, 15,000.
What is a regular haircut and what is the difference?
When I say regular haircut, I mean I don't dye your hair. I don't Most times I don't do any design, so it's just a haircut. It's
Okay.
called a, yeah, just a haircut with no additives. It's
And that's
15,000.
15K.
Yeah, only
And then
15,000.
only 15,000.
Yeah.
Sorry. So when it is dyed and everything, it goes up to 50,000.
No. My highest package is at 20,000.
20,000.
But anyway, as a client, you can decide, because most of the times, most of my clients don't pay the 15. So you're the one to decide.
Okay. So does that mean that you bring everything yourself? Or
Yeah, I come with everything except. No, I come with everything
You come
except the seat.
except
Yeah, except the
right.
seat.
So you go to their homes and
Yeah.
they provide the seats and you
Yeah,
provide everything else.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So how many minutes does it take you for a regular haircut?
For me, a regular haircut starts from 40, 50. But sometimes it can even go
40,
to
50 minutes?
40, 50 minutes. I mean the speed. I think the speed also depends with the time experience you have. And by now I can cut for 40, 50 minutes.
And that's long or short compared to when we started?
Oh yeah, I could do haircuts for 3 hours.
Wow.
At the beginning, I could do haircuts because I've always wanted to make things, to compare myself to these barbers on Instagram. Yeah, so if the haircut is not yet as I see, as their fade I'm seeing, you're not yet gone. Like I'm
Okay,
still
so
with
now
it.
just for curiosity, this is your only income of, or this is your only source of income, or you have other source of incomes?
I say this is not my only source of income.
Okay.
I do this, but the other source of income that may stop soon is the pocket money from parents. I'm still getting.
See.
I'm still getting it because I'm still a student.
Okay, where do you study from?
UK.
University of Kigali.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing?
Procurement. I'm doing a degree in procurement, a bachelor's in procurement.
And how does that relate?
Yeah, as I told you, my parents always wanted someone like a doctor or something. That's why I'm actually still doing it. I'm actually doing it for them.
So what are their views about it?
About
you being a barber?
actually, for them, they think I just be in school cutting my friends. They don't know that it has gone something serious or something big.
Okay, and if you ever tell them like, hey, you know what, this is what I'm gonna pursue forever, what do you think would be their reaction?
Well, I think I'll be a dead man. I don't know.
Do you have like siblings?
Yeah, a lot of them. I have 8 of them. Yeah. So many. I have pairs of twins and 8.
And they all trying to please parents, or they do something else?
I'm actually the eldest.
You're the eldest?
Yeah, they still got no choice at this point.
And you're not showing them any better.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to you cutting people's hair, there is this way on Instagram you are seen using a hammer, using a knife, using a lot of other things cutting people's hair. Is that true? Is that what you use, or these are some edits?
Well, I mean, people have to understand that clippers, machines are also, it's just like something that was placed in a knife. So the only difference is the speed, you know. The machine does it quicker than the knife. But at some point I use the knife. Yes, the knife can cut hair as the machine. Though in terms of fading and detailing the work, yeah, I can say I cheat a bit and use the machine.
Okay, and who takes your videos? I
do everything. I bought a tripod. Yeah, I take those videos.
You're a serious YouTuber, I'm telling you.
Well, I had a YouTube channel, but I stopped because it was taking time. It was really time consuming. I'm only on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do your own edits, you do your own video
everything.
Oh, yeah. I should say you're also talented. Maybe you should consider a career into video editing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, maybe at some point I will.
So where do you get your creativity from? How do you get to know which edits to use, where to do what?
Actually, I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know. So sometimes at some point I'd be seated with my friends. At some point I think they feel I'm crazy. At some point they just see me smiling, seated alone. So just know, man, it's an idea I've got. So things, I don't know where they come from. I just be thinking of a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay, so apart from you being a barber, what else should we know about you?
Apart from me being a barber, well, maybe I'm also trying to do, of course, content creation. Sometimes I'm at Cafe Zone, trying to do some content. Yeah, though I've not yet started posting them for some personal reasons.
Okay. So what do you think is any profession? A barber is an example of and a profession that could have another image that is not as traditional as the ones we're used to because of the social media and the digital spaces, right? So what would you say are like your understanding and use of these digital ideas?
Well, I think technology, I mean, if I'm here today, at some point I would give all the credits to technology. And even maybe if you're planning to start a business or something that's just oriented to talent, it's something related to talent, I would say, even to barbers, the first tool to buy is not a machine or a clipper. I would say it's a phone. Okay. Yeah, so technology has really helped me take my skills to the world, help me show what I can do. Like without it, I don't know, maybe I would still be a small barber of a school, maybe of my previous school or something. Yeah, so it has really helped.
Yeah. And does that come with any challenges or everything is smooth?
The technology?
Yeah, and the whole idea of bringing yourself as a barber.
I mean, challenges are different because here, the only challenge I'm facing in Rwanda is the privacy of people. It's not about technology because here I've realized that people are too private and it hinders, it prevents someone from actually growing. Let me give you an example. You see, like in Uganda, after cutting a haircut, let me say of some rich guy that is known in town, the guy is going to tell you, you know what, take a picture of me and post it. He's actually going to encourage you. Maybe as you're posting, he tells you, man, make sure the house is seen, huh? Make sure my cars are seen and everything. So, and even at night when you delay to post, he calls you, bro, what's up? You're not posting. But here, man, whether you cut a rich or poor person, bro, it's like it never gets out. People are too, I would say, they don't like flexing. And at some point, that's not good. Okay, flexing is not good. But man, if the car is yours, it's yours. At some point, people are too private here, and that people don't get to know you.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it before, the Rwandans are conservative and it has its own challenges, right? But generally, no any other challenge?
There's no any other challenge.
Now, what are your dreams going forward? Do you dream of continue to do whatever your parents want you to do, or is there anything else?
Well, first of all, I actually don't think of quitting this anytime soon, but I would say in the future I see myself as an international mobile barber. Maybe having a lot of barbershops of branded Safro fades in the country, even, well, outside Africa. And I'm sure that's actually happening soon.
Speaking of Safro fades, how did the name come?
My name is Safari, so Safro fades. Yeah, it's just from Safari.
Fades?
Fades. Here they call it, how do you call it? Kwakush, those. As long as hair is little here it's much.
Oh,
that's
okay, I get the fades basically. All right, so now who does your own hair?
Most of the times I do it myself.
You can't be kidding me.
Yeah, I do it myself actually. There's nothing hard actually.
So how do you do it?
When you're cutting your own hair, one thing you have to know is just the direction of your hair. So you see, my hair goes the way you brush it. Like when my hair goes like this side, like this. So if I want to cut it, I just go opposite to the direction. You can't mess up if you go opposite to the direction. That's actually the only thing. Apart from that, when you're lining up your hair, there's this technique I brought out called the earphone technique. You just put your headphones around, you line up. So there's no way you could go wrong.
So how do you do? How do you put the the earphone and still, like, with only two hands?
Yeah, I mean, just that we can't get earphones around here, but you just take, of course, you hold it from the back, then you have your clippers and the mirror in front.
At the end of the day, as you say, it's art, and
Yeah,
I guess
so
not
I
everyone
think-
is talented in that sense.
Yeah, I think the artists are more prioritized in this.
Okay. So apart from that, any other hobbies?
Hobbies. It used to be drawing, but I left drawing. I'm no longer drawing. I don't play basketball. I don't play football. I don't play volleyball. So I don't know.
You're not a sports person.
I just cut hair. That's what I do. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you would want to tell our audience, people who are listening to you, your fans? Because actually having an interview with you was a request from a fan, one of the people you cut hair. So what would be your message to them?
Well, I'll just ask them to keep supporting, you know. That's all.